Alrighty, so I thought I'd do something different this time around and want to show the headlight restoration on a Chevy Cobalt. So we're not in CRX world this time, but I thought it'd be kind of neat to show you how to restore the headlights on a Chevy Cobalt. So it's a 2009, as you can tell the headlights are pretty opaque, and I ended up getting this 3M headlight restoration system off Amazon, and I got it because it looked like it was a pretty complete kit, and it's got really good instructions. It's got really basically everything you need. There's a polishing buffing pad that you hook up to your cordless electric drill or cordless drill, and it's got some great set of pads. I think more than enough pads to do the job for at least one set of headlights. So, you know, the other thing that I kind of liked was that I got to learn just kind of what kind of pads would be necessary to do something of this nature. So I went ahead and started to go with the instructions and try to mask off the headlights. I started with the right one first, and then I was getting ready to use the electric drill. I'm outside, so I needed to use an inverter. And unfortunately, the inverter didn't have enough amperage to power the electric drill. So I had to resort to sanding and polishing by hand. So, you know, I thought, well, let's see what happens if I use this kit and polish by hand. Let's see what ends up happening. So I did it with the right one, and needless to say, it took probably a good 40-45 minutes to do the polishing by hand on the right headlight. And I went through the process just like everything else, and just like I was told on the kit. And I actually did see some improvement as I was going along, and it eventually started to polish, and I ended up having to polish by hand. And here I am doing some more polishing, and as you can tell, I did start to see some improvement in the headlight, even though I was just doing it by hand. So as you can tell, it looked pretty good, and eventually I could look at both of them, compare the right one to the left one, and I did start to see a noticeable difference. So that was kind of cool that I started to see a noticeable difference in how clear it started to look. Eventually, I needed to do the polishing, and again, I did it by hand. And even though, you know, I wasn't using power tools, I thought it still looked pretty good. There's the right side and the left side by comparison. So you can tell the right side is actually clearer. Not 100% clearer, but it is actually clearer. And then when I started to kind of wash everything away, I got the brilliant idea of what if I wet sanded the left side? So instead of just hand sanding, what if I wet sanded the left side? So that's what I proceeded to do. I was wet sanding, and I used the same process as I did with the right side, but I started to wet sand, and I got really good results. I was starting to get really good results, and I was really happy with that. So I thought, wow, this wet sanding is actually the way to go if you don't have power tools. I went through the whole same process as before, and the left side actually did look better than the right side. And it took a fraction of the time. I think I said it took me about 40 minutes to do the right side. The left side took me 15-20 minutes with wet sanding, and the results were better. So there you go, folks. You can see the results. I highly recommend the kit. Even if you don't have power tools, you need to do it outside, you don't have a garage, try the wet sanding method. It really looked pretty good. And I had enough of those sanding discs where I could even try this one more time, try it again, and probably get better results. So there you go, folks. I hope this helped.